Hey everyone, it's Dr. Rick, and I'm about to start a shift at the Immediate Care Center. And I have to tell you, from 2 weeks ago, we've had COVID and influenza coming back. And since school started, it's blossoming. Not the COVID and influenza per se, but definitely colds, coughs, pharyngitis, sore throats, and bronchitis. And it's only September. This hit last year about October, but it's accelerating. And I don't think the dust cloud that we had here in Illinois that came through in June, I don't think that deposited safe things or healthy things from Idaho or Oregon. However, we had that dump in addition to April showers continuing until now in September. So the blooming ragweed is different than usual. The amount is different than usual. My plants are doing great outside, but that's not that, so are the bad things, the weeds that are coming out, and the blossoming trees and plants from the ground. So be careful. There are triggers that will make people stuffy more than usual. There are also triggers that will get you sick. And when you have stuffiness, meaning mechanical obstruction or difficulty with clearing, that could be the easy kind of like that all night, or in the morning, or the need for coughing and clearing your throat. When you have that on top of exposure to bacteria from your kid, your school, your colleagues, or somebody at the Julasco, it's important to have a good immune system. Now, I try to exercise as much as possible. I just did a 5K right before I came here. I'm gonna start my shift. And I do think exercise boosts your immunity, but there's other things that can also help. I had this video on YouTube for COVID because the data in 2013, when the first coronavirus came around, was very strong in the use of these two things. Now, these companies, I like Now Foods, and I think that Natural Factors is one of my go-tos, but both of these, if you want to make it easy, you can pick up Solar Ray. We've got zinc glycinate or zinc picolinate. Now, both of these I think are easier tolerated versions of zinc. Zinc oxide, I don't like. I think that you might be missing the absorption unless you combine the zinc to a very strong amino acid that crosses the stomach lining faster. So that's why I like this. I've always gone to Now Foods because they're an Illinois company and they're close by to me in the Fruitful Yield stores. But again, you can't go wrong with zinc. You just have to go right with the right type of zinc. So zinc glycinate or zinc picolinate, that's number one, 50 milligrams twice a day. That's what the data showed. But the data also showed in the 2013 study that if you combine the zinc with quercetin, 250 milligrams a day, that would get the zinc in. Now this is 500. I don't think there's any downside to this. There is downside to zinc, especially if you take the wrong type of zinc. It can cause upset stomach. So those of you with sensitized stomachs, you might want to do this combination twice a day with food. So the data showed that when you did the zinc and you got the quercetin to get the zinc into the cell, not only through the stomach lining, but into each cell, especially immune cell, it stopped the mechanistic data showed it stopped the replication of coronavirus way back in 2013. And if it stops coronavirus, which is the R naught, or the reproductive speed of zinc, corona is massive, even the variants from today. But if you can stop that, then by default, you probably can stop bacterial reproduction or other viral reproductions and replications. So I think that this combination is great for my spouses or children to people who I see in the Immediate Care Center. So I have two practices. One where I take care of a lifestyle change. That's an integrative medicine practice out of Hoffman Estates. I'll put a link down below. But I also have a regular job, where I go to an Immediate Care Center, and 8 to 12 hours we see nonstop sickness, and it's about to start in the next couple minutes. However, when I do have patients that I have to give antibiotics to, because I sometimes will shock the system and kill the bacteria fast, I also mechanically start draining the nose with nasal sprays, Montelukast to decrease swelling, or if you're more natural, nasal crom over the counter and butter burr over the counter. Both of those are also great for unblocking the nose. So bottom line is you have to help the immune system. You have to improve the mechanics of the nose and the chest. Sometimes NAC, NAC is also good for coughing, but these two things in particular are what I suggest during times of illness. And there's going to be illness until first frost, which is probably going to be Thanksgiving. So stay defensible. I also use this. This is a combination of different mushrooms, my favorite brand. You can get this at Whole Foods. 2 sprays of this in the throat every hour. Will take the pain of sore throat, whether it's from infection in the throat or poisoning in the throat, takes the pain down. Plus, in theory, and the data is a little lacking on that, in theory, the mushrooms will help your immune system. So hopefully this gives you a couple of ideas. If you have any questions or you have your best brand that you put it down in the comments section down below. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll be doing other videos on how to stay healthy, and thanks for watching.